Right now, welcome back to Heads Gone. Why are we doing it like this? Why are you not sat next to me?
Because I'm not there, Stephen.
Well, yeah,
do you want to know where I currently am?
Well, I've been watching videos on remote viewing, so...
Go on.
Middlewich.
It's like you're trying to go toilet, but I'm not in Middlewich, no.
Where are you then?
I'm in Holland. I'm in a zoo.
All right.
I'm in the caf in a zoo in Holland.
A cafe in a zoo? Like an actual zoo?
Yeah.
Has it got
like a zoo? Like a zoo. Nah, it's poor, to be honest.
The poor zoo.
And let's bear in mind, like about 6 months ago, I went on safari, so no one is over the moon with what they're seeing at all. It's a flat day.
So what's the animal situation then?
What they got?
Yeah, what they got? Sell it to me.
Wallet. I can't. No, I'm not naming it, but it's not the best. They got wallabies, safaris, giraffes, gorillas, some malnutrition, chimpanzees that look scary. If you ever watched Planet of the Apes, it's not great.
Me and Ronaldo went to the zoo in Qatar, and we got there just as it was getting dark because it was winter. I don't know if you remember that. It was dark double early.
It's dark early, yeah, weird.
So we went to a zoo in the dark and got the giraffe scared the shit out of us because we didn't see it.
Wait, how close did it get before you saw it?
Zoo. About 3 feet away. And it just, out of nowhere, just this big head just goes like that. And fucking hell.
No, we're here, but that's the issue is all the kids and that saw the animals in Kenya in the Masai Mara, and now they're saying, don't think this is enough room for them.
Wait, you did that safari with the school?
No.
Oh, with your kids?
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm out in Holland.
The reason you're in,
I'm in Holland because... So, no, I'm not in Amsterdam. I'm in Arnhem. But my eldest has got a football trip with the school playing games. So I've come out to watch that. So he's played his games, which were interesting, actually. They won both games, but it was funny seeing under 13s, two different styles, contrast. Like they just total football, even at that age. The two teams that we played weren't great, but there's a massive difference from me watching under 13s, grassroots football in England weekly, to watching those two teams. They've got a real good understanding of how they would like to play, I guess. So no long ball at all.
But that's how it should be, shouldn't it?
I don't know, because we won both the games.
But so, did you win because you had better players, though? Yeah.
But they definitely had a better understanding of football. Like you could tell, the way that they moved, their ideas of what they was trying to do. I just think there was two teams that weren't so good, but they get coached well. You can tell. I enjoyed the games. I enjoyed watching the kids trying to play football out from the back and trying things instead of just lumping it and going for the big fast kid up front.
Yeah, I see a lot of that with youth football in the UK, and you see a lot of that then obviously through adult grassroots and where I'm coaching at, you'd see so much of that, and it's almost alien to try and not do that, but I still think it's the right thing to do.
Why bringing up aliens so early in the show? You said alien, so then my mind went straight off again.
All right. What else have you been up to this week?
Just about that, really. Went to Amsterdam. Met my mate Michel Vorm. Remember him? Goalie, yeah, Michel Vorm, Spurs.
Was he at Swansea with you?
Swansea, Spurs, yeah. Had lunch with him yesterday. That was a good little catch up. It's been pretty chilled. You?
What have I done this week?
Is your head gone?
No, not yet. I don't think so, at least, anyway.
But by the end of the day.
Did on Tuesday night, gonna be honest.
Go on. Oh yeah, what happened again?
Last minute penalty, soft as well. It was a soft.
No, not that. No. We'll get to that. Something happened at home. I can't remember. You burnt the house down or something.
Yeah, what happened? Burnt my kitchen down.
Yeah, that was it.
No, my head's not going with that. My head has gone a little bit with that because my house smells like a bloody ashtray at the moment, and it's just it won't go.
Yeah, so on to the game. I didn't see it. I couldn't watch it out here. It was doing me nothing. I couldn't find it anywhere. But obviously seen what happened.
There was penalty incidences in the game. Holland probably should have had one. It was fouled twice entering the box.
You're really going to go for the European refs also don't like Manchester United?
Yeah, I'm going to, yeah.
Okay.
And then Scott McTominay goes for a ball. A lad jumps across him as he's going for the ball. He kicks him, but I don't think it's a foul. It's so soft. Like the lad's never getting the ball. It's just ridiculous. And he gives a penalty away in like the 97th minute of the game at 1-0. And you're like...
So it was McTominay that gave the penalty away?
Yep.
So it's 2-2. So he's having a wild ride at the minute, isn't he?
Joe, the person who gave the last penalty away for us, I think that was McTominay as well.
Yeah, wasn't he on the weekend at Sheffield United?
No, I mean before that.
Oh, was it? Well, at least he's interesting.
I compared him to Fellaini. Did you play with Fellaini, by the way?
Against?
You never played with him, no? Was he?
No,
lots and lots
of against. Yeah, he'd left, yeah. But I for some reason played against him lots and lots of time. And he was sound as well. He was a good guy, man.
I've heard all elbows. All right guy. But he's havoc in the box, isn't he? At both boxes. Yeah. He's havoc in his own box and he's havoc in your box. And I think McTominay's a similar sort of thing. Like you can't play out through him, but he might score you a mad goal because he just puts himself about and he's physical. But he might also give fouls away in your own box. Yeah,
chaos. But I didn't have that. I didn't have McTominay down for that before. But I reckon he's come back in and went, well, I'm going to do something. And I credit him for that. He said, I'm not coming in quietly. I've been out in the cold for so long. I'm not coming, and you are going to talk about me, good or bad. Put yourself about.
He's also scoring a right load of goals. I mean, especially when you look at what he's doing internationally.
In Scotland, yeah.
Yeah, flying. Oh, hang on. Speaking of chaos in the box.
There you go.
The tightest t-shirt I ever seen, man. They're just getting bigger and bigger.
Wait, they're almost as tight as your jeans. I saw the picture you sent me the other day.
What picture was that?
The spray-ons. You had a pair of spray-ons on with Mason Holgate.
Oh no!
Can you get the picture up and put it on at some point? It's unreal.
I kind of saw Miami Vice one.
The Miami Vice one.
Yeah, they were leggings, man.
I was auditioning for that. Where are you? You look like you're somewhere better than I am.
I'm in Riyadh at the moment, and Saudi I've gone to watch the fight.
Oh, lovely. It's all right. Yeah. Did he invite you, Steve? He invited me, but I just couldn't make it. I chose a zoo in Holland. I chose to go from the zoo in Holland.
I think I got a signal.
Well, you're in a zoo in Holland?
Yeah, I'm in a zoo in Holland. Don't ask. We've already covered it. The people know. I'm here, man.
You do some random shit, man.
Just leave me, man.
Hang on. How are you talking about random? You're a footballer covering boxing.
I'm not covering it. I'm not covering it. I've gone to watch a fight.
All right,
not working.
You're not working.
No, I might do one interview. I don't know. We'll see.
He loves it. Rio, talk to me about the derby this weekend, man.
I'm scared, man.
Confidence levels low.
I'm scared. What's going on there? You've been locked away in a room in a boot. You're in a boat hole.
Indiana Jones business.
No, I'm fearful. I've got to be honest here. I mean, like me and Steve were talking the other day. Like, your heart's telling you, we can maybe nick something out of this and defend, and nick something on the counter that might help us. But mate, we're miles off it. We're miles. If you're looking in terms of where City are and where we are.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I can't see, looking at it, like prediction-wise, how you go about it. That's every team really for City at the minute, but because it's such a big game for you guys, for a whole of Manchester, it's a massive game in this. When you're in the city, it's massive, isn't it? And it's like, I can't see. It looks grim. It looks grim, man.
The
Old Trafford as well.
The one bit of positive I take going into the game is the way that the game ended the other day. I don't think it could have ended any better for our team in terms of Harry Maguire scoring the winner, but also Onana making that save in the final seconds of the game. And you saw the way the team was around Onana, and that euphoria hopefully travels into the next game. Whereas if we'd have won that game 1-0 and just won it and scraped into it, you're going in a bit of a low ebb. But hopefully there's a bit of confidence brewed from that. I don't think it's going to be enough confidence, but you'd like to think we're in a better place given the way that game finished. You know what I mean, Ash? I mean, Steve's laughing. You don't understand it. He never played.
No, I'm laughing. I'm laughing. Just put a thumbs up next to your head.
Oh, did you?
Put a thumbs up next to your head.
Good one. That's a good one.
But you know what? It is mad that how mad that can be. Where you could win a game like 3-0, or you could win a 1-0, and something mad like that happen, and then the next day at training, everyone's buzzing. It just continues. The momentum just builds and builds and builds, and it's weird how that can happen. And then it keeps going day to day. Like training is better. Everyone's buzzing, going into the next game. Sometimes that can see you through. But I agree. Like I don't think it's enough to get through that one.
Far too open. Like every single team, from Wolves to Forest to Brentford to Copenhagen, they've all walked through the middle of us, and we haven't shown under Ten Hag once. Ollie was amazing at it, like freakishly good at like going somewhere and grinding a result out. Like it seems like Ten Hag's got plan A or we get beat, and that's something that I think he's got to add to his locker, is figuring out how to grind a result, because it'd play to our strengths. I think Harry Maguire on the halfway line against Haaland makes me want to not go to the game. Harry Maguire defending his box against Haaland, I think he's got half a chance.
Happy. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Marcus on the halfway line, he's got a chance.
Also, I think, Steve, as well, is we need to get to a place where we're actually playing to our players' strength. I think you look at Holland, he wants the ball crossed. You saw the header he scored in the Champions League. You saw the way he attacks crosses. Get the ball wide and cross it. Anthony keeps chopping back on his left foot, doesn't cross it. Marcus doesn't really cross it from that side. Get past your fullback or get a yard and put the ball in the box, and he'll attack it. Because Ash, one of my big pet hates in the game today is the centre backs don't know how to and don't want to defend crosses. So I'll be making them fullback. Yeah, I'd be making them so uncomfortable and saying, I'm going to force you to have to defend these. I know you can't do it, and we're going to get chances and maybe goals out of this.
But like, if you're a striker now, so I remember speaking to Crouchy, and he said like he'd seen it evolve so much for him, where it was just a nightmare because the winger's got so many tricks, but he can't make a run off it because he's going in and out. It's like he just wants it out his feet, like probably like a Beckham was the best. Just out, he's going to touch it out his feet. You can make your run and whip it. And even the best defender in the world, if they got a step on you, they're getting across you and you're dead. So
he did nothing else.
Dude.
Stand you up, knock it around the outside. Valencia, knock it around the outside, and then bosh one in all day.
Yeah,
it's lovely as a centre back when they don't stick it in there.
When they chop back and they keep doing skills and they pass it back to the centre midfielder, it's job done. I'll have another rest if you want, not a problem. Yeah. Make the defenders defend, make them come off the half time and thinking, my neck muscles are killing me. They're muscles I never knew I had. That's what it should be.
So I've been told to ask from the powers that be, ask Rio about the Balotelli, why always me? But I didn't realise you played in that game.
Yeah, what one was that?
When he pulled the shirt up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you see at the time? Did you see at the time that he pulled up the shirt?
I don't think I did. I think my head was so close to the floor that I didn't see anything. I had that was a game where he scored a goal, but he also I think it was the Community Shield, wasn't it, or the FA Cup semi-final? I don't know which one it was, where he started giving it to our fans, and I tried to get to him. I tried to jump on him. I wanted to get to him, man, and then but he's such a wind-up merchant, and he was good at it. To be fair, have
you spoken to him since?
Yeah. We done the Champions League final actually the other day. We're cool, man. Everything's fine. I actually see him. I think it was a J. Cole or Nas concert years ago, about a month later, and we were laughing about it then. He's cool, man. He's a great guy, Mario. He's a really good guy, but it's just that he understood the rivalry. He understood how to wind people up, and he was absolutely phenomenal at it. And he got me.
But so did you see last week? I think we mentioned it. As Zlatan said, he never lived up to his potential, and he hit back with the Champions League, which I think he won early in his career with Inter Milan. Do you think that he had more in his locker, like more in the tank than he, because of all the bits around his career that he? Do you think he never really showed what, like, consistently for a solid period of work, season on season, or do you think that he maximised what he had?
I think when he retires and sits down and has a little bit of time to sit back and evaluate, he'll go, you know what, I could have done a bit more. And for his ability, you see some of the goals he scored, ridiculous goals. Like his ability, he played up front for Italy in the Euros and absolutely smashed up England. Remember that? Destroyed England. Like when Pirlo was behind him and that, he was as a number 9. If he could have produced those performances year in, year out, he goes down in history, mate. Because I think he had that much talent. He was that good. He could do everything. But he could do everything and done everything, not enough. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a fair criticism from him, and I think he will come back with medals and stuff like that, which is fine. But I think when he settles down and he relaxes and he retires, I think he'll be honest and he'll go. There's moments probably in training where I could have applied myself a bit more, or in games been a bit more professional at times, but. Sometimes are
we not destined to have some players like that are just like bell end magicians, and that they're so creative because they don't conform.
Yeah, and maybe that's where he might sit, where he's like, you know what? If I did become like a go to bed at 9 o'clock, eat everything right, and don't step out of line at all, I might not have been able to do what I done. And so therefore I wouldn't have even got near to what the player I became, even though you think I didn't get to the levels of my potential suggests I should have got to. But if I was becoming the normal 9 to 5 guy, ready salted crisp guy, he might not have been the guy.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I don't know. But when it made me laugh when he put back at Zlatan as well. He atted him.
Yeah, I don't think he's lacking in confidence, the fella, is he?
Where are we going with this anyway, man? I had another question for you. We're coming off the back of the derby, coming off the back of Copenhagen. We're just trying to stay away from Man U a little bit because you know what? I have to deal with Steve every week, so he turns it into an hour of Manchester United business.
It's not true.
It is.
It's not.
And everyone hates Manchester United, basically.
All right, then I've got a question for you because you played with him and you know him as well as anybody. How good is Gareth Bale, and where would you rate him in the best British players of all time?
British. I knew you was going to go that. For me, he's the top one. He's the top one. He's one.
Better than Rooney? Better than Gerrard?
For me, yeah. Because of why... Don't scrunch your face up like that.
Why is Gerrard in this conversation?
To get out.
Goals.
Nah, I'll put him at one only because of what he did abroad, and I respect that so much. Like, I don't like, but there's loads of great players, and they're all good. They could all be one, but for me, he's one because I've seen him close range every day at Wales, and I can see what he done. He did what he done for us, for Wales, but then to go to Real Madrid, and I know a few players have gone abroad, but not that many British players ever go and do loads out there. And I think that it was weird because I think we're quick to forget that he was one of the only players with Neymar, probably Mbappe now, that broke into that conversation of, for a bit, Messi, Ronaldo, or do you know what I mean? It was like Messi, Ronaldo, or Bale for a season, I'd say. Season or two, people was putting that
was he one who could just switch it on when he wanted? Like, did he feel like if he said like, do this, I can just tear the game up? Was he one of those? Yeah,
for international level, it was mad because we knew just keep a clean sheet, and at some point he's gonna do an absolute madness. And he remember when he had that time where any free kick. Remember the one in the Euros he scored in Joe half? Yeah. Like if we won a free kick in their half, then I'm lining back up. I'm lining up ready for the goal. It's mad. So he was just so good for such a long period of time. So I'm putting him at one. But then I also played with Wazza at the end. Not when you played with him when he was unbelievable. So, and then I'd go. I think he could also easily, arguably, be a 1. But that's what I was going to get onto. That was the question. He's not had a great start, has he? At Birmingham. Have you spoke to him?
No, in these moments, I don't really like to speak to people when they're under a bit of pressure and they're like a little bit. They've lost a couple of games. I like to. Hopefully he gets out of it. I'll drop him a text and stuff, but speaking to him, I'll just let him get on with it. He's heads filled, man. He's heads filled. Waz is a type, actually, if shit's going on, he'll call me. And that's how our relationship's always been. Like, I don't like to...
He call you to just straighten him out a little bit mentally?
Yeah, I think
just
sometimes he can bounce stuff off, or he can air what he's got to air out. And I think we've had that relationship for a while. I think he's got a couple of people he speaks to like that every day. We might not speak to each other for a couple of months, and all of a sudden, bang, and he just vents a little bit. And it's what works for you as well. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's how our relationship is. Listen, I think he'll get it right. I hope he does. It won't be for the want to try, and his professionalism. That's the stars.
Yeah, but we was talking before a couple of weeks ago on the show, Steve, or was it last week, and saying how weird it must be for a manager to go into a club. It's all well and good when the club's not performing, and then the manager gets sacked. You go in fresh, you can do what you want. But actually, he's gone into a team that were doing all right with John Eustace. So that must be awkward, because do you keep doing what he was doing because it was working, or do you try and put your finger on it straight away?
Ash, I think the awkwardness comes from the players have been used to something that's working, and then that guy goes. It's not natural that a manager goes when they're doing well, and I think that was probably the hardest thing for Wayne going in there. That it was a dressing room that were kind of used to a manager. Obviously, they would have been happy, because dressing rooms are happy when you're winning, and then that's been ripped up, and we're going to get a new hymn sheet now, and a new manager comes in, and I think that's the biggest thing for Wayne, is to really convert those guys into being believers. But you need results to get that. They could be saying, you know what, he's actually good, yeah. But until you're winning, players don't genuinely believe in you until you start hitting 3 points regular.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad, isn't it, when a new manager comes in with the ideas that we had so many. You would have been the same. Where especially the foreign ones, they come in with some different type of warm ups and all mad stuff. Yeah. Everyone's going, what is this geezer doing? But then you start like Michael Laudrup. We seen some stuff from the 1942 warm-up book and all that, like mad, and then but we was winning, so it was cool. Until it weren't, and then when you're not winning, it's like, now we're not having it anymore.
Who is this guy? Capello's used to make us do like a 6K run the day after a game. We're used to going and sitting in a pool and floating, and this man's making us do 6K. What the hell? Like, it's just mad. But listen, guys, it's been emotional. It's been great coming on. You need to invite me back again. It's the first time I've been on the show. We've
invited you every week, man, but you just pass normally.
You're actually piss takers.
Well, we'll come back on when we're talking about aliens, yeah?
But when you're doing that shit, yeah, I'm passing. You just pass on me, right? I'm not here for this alien shit, although it is funny, right? It is funny.
Have you seen how much he's derailed our show? There's been some, like, highbrow football conversations going on in here.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Professional. I took it back to TNT and BBC, and
Yeah, but I liked it. We needed you this week.
I appreciate it, guys.
Please. Nice one, Real.
All right.
See you later, mate.
I got a load of questions anyway from the people on Twitter.
Are they normal? Remotely normal? Did you have a look at the remote viewing or not?
Yeah, I watched that podcast, the Sean Ryan one.
The remote viewing one?
Yeah.
Or the other one I sent you? I sent you the Roger Reeves one, the smuggler.
Oh no, I'm not seeing that one yet. No, I watched the remote viewing one. It was interesting.
What was your thoughts?
I still smell. I just don't trust them. You know what I mean?
Do you know what's weird is I like there's something happened in America, a shooting or something this week.
Yeah. And
the guy's at large, and I instantly thought, well, if that is true, the remote viewing, why you didn't get one of them fellas bang on it if you can't find him? So that does make me doubt it. Yeah. I need to make it clear, right, that just all these things that we talk about, I'm not saying I believe them or I don't. I just find them interesting. Before you start calling me a crank. Usually everyone coming in the comments going, Ash is a crank. No, I'm not saying it's for definite. I just find it interesting. Go on. What's your question?
All right. So let's see what the people have got questions. Brian says, if Southgate left as England manager, what level of club management would he be most suited to? I will remind you, he's got relegated with both club and country.
I was going to say, shall I take it, or are you going to dismantle it? Because if you are, I'm going to go get a coffee and come back whilst you waffle on. Because you could keep going forever on it.
I've got my own opinion. I think the people want to hear yours.
I think he is a Premiership manager, Premier League manager, but not. I wouldn't. My honest opinion is I don't think he could deal with the top level. Even though he's at England, I don't think he could do day to day with all that surrounds it. So not just the players, but I don't think he could deal with that day to day. So I'm putting him. I don't know. Somewhere like Brighton, if De Zerbi weren't there. Yeah, something like where
Brighton's recruitment's far too good to go with a man that's been relegated with club.
But they're going to give him good players to work with. But I just think, I mean the type of club, like it's not so intense.
Yeah, but look at Brighton have a particular style of play. Forget the style. I mean the club level. Mate, I don't even know if he gets in Hull.
You're just being ridiculous.
No, I'm not. When you say Premiership, I'm thinking Scottish Premiership. Like, what Premiership are you talking about? Because it's not the Premiership, is it?
Are you telling me he could have managed Burnley? He could.
I'm telling you, he's actually not achieved as much as Vincent Kompany has as a manager in getting Burnley promoted.
So he has nothing. Has he never got no one promoted or nothing? I haven't got the Wikipedia of Gareth Southgate in my head, but surely he's achieved more than Vincent Kompany as manager.
Depends what you consider achieving. Some people think fluking your way to a final is an achievement.
Move on. I think Gareth Southgate could manage in the Premier League, but I wouldn't. Not a top club for me.
So
where
his win
do you
rate,
see him going? Watford, like a better Championship club.
His win rate with Middlesbrough was 29%.
Yeah, but compared to others, I don't know. I'll be more interested in who gets the job after Southgate than where Southgate goes, to be honest.
Who do you think gets it?
I've got no idea. But
thoughts on foreign managers managing national teams?
Is that a question separate?
Foreign managers managing national teams. That's my question. Where do you sit on that? Should it matter?
I think in an ideal world you would prefer it to be of the nation, but I don't think it matters if they're good. To be honest, I don't know. It's weird. This is a man born in England, played for Wales 86 times. But if it was the Wales, say if Rob Page weren't the manager and somebody came in from, I don't know, Holland or Germany, it'd feel a bit weird for me, I think
with the smaller nations, and I'm not talking Wales, I'm talking your 100 plus in the rankings nations, like your proper minnows. I think if they could bring in, an experience like a Bielsa or something like that to manage whoever.
An African team that's not a big. Yeah, that makes sense. They do that all the time. I get that. That makes sense. I think if it was England, no way. England, no. Like Wales, I can't see it. I don't know. Like imagine Germany taking Eddie Howe. Weird. I think that'd be weird, personally.
Yeah. James says, "What's the most exotic cheese that you've ever eaten?"
There's so much cheese in Holland. That's a real thing, by the way. They love cheese here. The cheese shops all over the gap. The most exotic cheese. I don't know.
Is it like cheese shops as prevalent as a Greggs in Manchester?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly that. I forgot what the name of it is. There's one like Greggs style cheese one here, and it's all round. They're in them round dome of rubber things. Do you know what I mean?
Edam.
The Edam, yeah, loads of them, Gouda and all that. Most exotic cheese, I don't know. What's the one with the white thing in Camembert, whatever it is? I don't know. Cool. That's one of the most random questions I've ever been asked, but carry on.
Brian says, if you had a time machine, what's the one moment in football history you would go back in time and witness live?
Oh, I need time to think about that. Do you know what? I'd relive one of my own.
Yeah.
Again, that I enjoyed. Like, I don't know, like winning the quarterfinal or winning the playoff final to get to the Prem, or I don't know. There'd be that. But also, what as a fan? Is he like is he a fan watching? And I don't know. I tell you what I really did enjoy though. One of my favourite moments is just the '94 World Cup. I think that made me fall in love with. I was 10, and that's the USA one, right? '94.
Yep.
And that was just I just loved that. So maybe that as a kid, nostalgia.
My enduring memory of that is doing the Bebeto celebration on the playground at school.
Yeah,
Great, cool.
I've just got something I want to bring up just while you're banging through the questions. Can we get the image of your lunch the other day put up on the show, please, guys? I want to know in the comments just what you thought of it. I'm not going to give my opinion on it, but I'm going to tell you it's tuna mayo, I think, a fajita roll, cashew nuts, and what was the other? An avocado. I just want the comments. Please put it in the comments. Keep going. Questions.
I'll just say,
diabolical.
All the macros get hit. It's excellent in protein. It's got really good fats in it.
Have you still got the? I've got the picture. Can we get it? We'll get it put up. Yeah. I just want to know what the people. I just want to know what the people think. By the way, when we were talking about Red Dwarf last week, how did we not have that down as me, Rio, you, and Danny Murphy to bring it back? That is standard, isn't it? Hey, me, you, Rio, Danny Murphy as the hologram.
Hang on, who's each character then?
I've got to be the one with the. I've got to be Cat and I think.
Well, are you Cat or are you Craig Charles's character?
I think Rio's Craig Charles.
You got better dreads than him. He's just got like a number 4 or something.
Yeah, but didn't Cat have like one dread?
Did he have a dreads or did he have like that?
He had like a dreads with a high top thing.
Just
mullet like top. I don't know.
A hair system going on.
I don't know, but we could, if anyone wants to bring that back, I feel like the 4 of us could produce on that.
Right.
Okay, keep going.
Am I Rimmer or am I the robot?
Rimmer, you're Rimmer. Because you're the man with the plan always, aren't you? Even though you was late today, but still, you're like tomorrow is hour by hour play. You know what's happening.
Yeah, that's true.
See, the man with the plan, you're Rimmer.
Fuck. All right, let's see the photoshops of that then, please.
Get our heads on that, on them 4. Go on, next question.
Has Ash seen the UFO Cowboys on the Roku channel?
No. Roku? I've never heard of the channel for starters. Roku, spell it.
ROKU. Someone wants to know who wins in a fight to the death between Yapstam, Vidic, Cantona and Keane.
Vidic. My money's on Vidic.
That's what you told me yesterday.
No, not yet. There's another episode when I'm with you. I want to be with you for that.
Okay. I've just got an opinion on Yapstam that I don't think anyone agrees with. No, I'm sure Ash agrees with it.
1,000,000%. And I've got logic to back it up. Carry on.
Notch says our traditional centre halves a dying breed, and why?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but they're not interested in defending. It's all about playing out from the back first.
My opinion on this is that I think some of the way that academies want players to move around multiple different positions is that it essentially makes 25 centre midfielders.
I agree with that. They take
dribbling out of wingers. They take centre forward play out of centre forwards. They take the one-to-one defending out of central defenders. I think they're just making. I think certainly the way English academies do it. I can't speak for every other nation. I think the way English academies are doing it, it feels like you're getting very much central midfielder overload.
Yeah, and I also think, but the weird thing is, central midfielders are a dying breed as well. Ones that just move play from side to side, forward and back, and keep it ticking over. That's not good enough anymore. You got to do loads of, because everyone's playing for a YouTube short or an Instagram reel. That's what you're playing for now. So all the basics have gone, but centre half's one of the worst, and fullback as well. So anything out, centre halves don't get taught out of possession at all now. It's all about in possession, what you do with the ball, and then you see they can't defend. They can't defend. They don't understand footwork. They don't understand the balance on across where they should be, where their weight should be, how to mark someone from what area, how to win balls against a taller opponent. Where do you start? Do you know how to attack it? Where's your positioning? None of that is. I don't think none of that gets taught anymore. It's just all about how you can play on the ball, how you can maybe join into midfield, how you can start off goal kicks, which is great. I think that's a good thing to be added onto the fact that you're a defender. And let's remember that most defenders are failed midfielders or attackers. We all started off up front, didn't we? And we kind of worked our way back. So if you're a fullback, well, that's why I love Neil Taylor, because he used to say, I'll get the ball, I'll give it to the guy in front of me who's better than me. So there's no point him being inverted in a 10 and me being left wing when I'm a left back, and I'll defend the back stick and I'll give it me, and then I'd help advance it to the skillful guy who gets paid 3 times as much. It's simple, isn't it?
Do you know of any players that came through as a centre half, stayed as centre half, and were great centre halves? Or because I think Rio was a 10, I believe.
Rio was midfielder. Didn't he make his debut in midfield as well?
I think
for West Ham. Yeah.
I think he played the Youth Cup final as a 10 as well.
No, I don't. But there isn't many kids that go, yeah, it's normally the worst kid, isn't it? Worst one's in goal, and then second worst is centre half. And everyone else is trying to score. But yeah, I do think it's a dying breed, and it's irritating. It irritates me watching big games like Champions League games and seeing goals go in and basic defending errors. Do you know what I mean? Like crosses. If you're a fullback and the cross on the opposite side, defend the backside of your centre half. It's so many goals go in like that, and it's just so basic.
You missed the game the other day, but there was a half a dozen instances of where Varane defended, and it was absolute textbook defending. He was set early. He was checking where the runner was. He had his back to goal. He wasn't facing his goal. He could see the cross coming in. He could see his runner, and he was just snuffing stuff out. And he never won a header. He never won a tackle. He just snuffed the opportunity out before it even became an opportunity. And I was sitting there watching it, going, "Oh, someone look at this! Like this is so good."
But the people are not people, but a lot of the highlight things don't pick that up because it's not a highlight. Do you know what I mean? So you don't get the highlight because he's already dealt with it, or he's in the position where they didn't even play it. Or,
they had
do you know what I mean? No, it's not on. Yeah, that's perfect, man. But I just think that now we want that music on YouTube Shorts with a big last-ditch tackle, boom, which is great every now and again. But what about just nicking it before you even got there, sucking the midfielder into playing it because you've left the gap, but as soon as he pulls his leg back and plays it, you're jumping it. Do you know what I mean? Cutting the passing lane out.
I was talking about this the other day. I wouldn't mind getting a centre. I've spoke about it, I think, twice on 2 different videos, so this will be the 3rd time. Apologies for anyone who's watched all 3 of those.
Jesus Christ.
It'd be interesting to get an actual centre-half's perspective on this. So I had a bit of an analysis on Rashford last week, and half of Rashford's shots are blocked. And my take on that is Rashford has quite an obvious shooting technique. He smashes every single pass. He's not cute with it. And I was thinking, he comes in from that left wing and he comes in, sometimes it's a bit crowded. So I think his shot selection needs work because he's shooting from places where he's got no right to shoot. But do you think he also, because of the way he lines up to shoot, it's obvious, and our centre-half's getting across and blocking him because of that?
Yeah, I haven't watched him as in detail as you and as many times this season, but I would say that I noticed that a lot because he comes in, if I'm the right-sided centre-back playing against them, I know he's coming in, so I'm going to come. I'm going to fold across and give my fullback a little bit more cover. So when he comes in, it's 2 of us straight away. And then, what I like about him when he does do this, but I don't think he does it enough, is when he comes inside and he gives and goes. You know what I mean? And he gets a different angle to shoot from. I think that'd be nice. But I think he puts power in a lot of his shots. He doesn't have all of. If you look at, I'm trying to think of someone off the top of my head, like a Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler had all the different techniques. Henry, do you know what I mean? All of the techniques, the different, whatever it required at that time, and they'd select the right one more times than not. He kind of seems to come inside and go for power. So I think you might be somewhere close with that in the range of.
There's some players as well, and weirdly, Mason Greenwood was excellent at this. There's not many others that I can pick out in the Premier League that have got the similar level of ability, but he hits it on a weird beat. Like football's played in like patterns and beats of when people are going to do this, when they're going to pass, when they're going to cross. Like you see the body shape about people when they're going to do it. Like Mason seems to hit the ball, and I think Ruud van Nistelrooy did this, RVP did this, Henry did this.
I was thinking about in my head. I was thinking when you was talking, Van Persie was one that I can think straight away of I know where you're going with it.
They shoot on a weird beat, like they shoot early. There's not a lot of backlift. It's just kind of go boom, and you're like, "Fuck!" I wasn't like,
you're not ready. The goalie's not ready. The goalie probably not hard. Centre half's not even tried to block it. Yeah. I understand that. I can't even put it. You did a good job of describing it. It's hard to put into words, but it's like it's on the wrong step almost that they shoot.
Yeah, there's like we're all playing this little game. There's beats, and he hits it on like a half step, and you're like,
I understand what you can't. The early one on an up bounce or something. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like bouncing. It's just like you got no chance of blocking it.
Yeah, I've noticed that with Marcus that he seems to telegraph what he's going to do, and I wonder at the age he is now, is he too late to get cuter with it and start scoring some scruffier goals and start just passing it into the net rather than swatting it?
Was someone not working with him, an ex-striker at some point, or have I made that up? Am I thinking about someone else? No, I don't know, but it would take someone like that, a good finisher, I think, just because I don't know, but there is sometimes you talk to strikers, I don't know, an Ian Wright or someone, they just know exactly, and Michael Owen, they're Gary Lineker, I was talking about last week, they just know finishing, different types of finishing. So it would probably take someone like that to take him aside, do a bit of work outside of the normal training session, the team session, and just get him in different positions.
I'd read him Mullenstein on a podcast, I've had him on a couple of times, and he spoke about he'd looked at the stats for Cristiano Ronaldo back in like 2006 when he was at United. And he was, at the time, check this out, right? I don't think people remember this. Ronaldo was averaging 11 shots a game for United. And he came away with about 14 goals or something like that it was in 2006. And Rennie looked at him and he said, you need to be scoring twice as many goals as you're getting right now. And then he broke the box down into all these different triangles. And he said, right, when you're here, this is the sort of finish, and this is the area of the goal that you aim for when you're hit. And he broke it down, and he said, and they do training, and then after training, he would do this work with him where they broke down the sort of shot for the sort of area that you're shooting from.
Yeah.
And he went
That's unbelievable coaching, man.
Yeah. And he went from, he actually had less shots per game and scored twice. I think he went from 11 shots to 9 and scored twice as many goals. And then the next season, he scored 42 goals. And you're like, fucking hell, talk about like being able to trace like the work that you've done. Wow. I think someone like that needs it.
Everybody speaks
33 shots this year.
But everybody speaks so high of Rennie Mullenstein, and it's stories like that why you understand why people speak like that about him. But yeah, it flatters to deliver sometimes, I think. I don't know. You're right with that. It's so predictable. Cut inside and blast the arse off it most times.
Yeah, I think I saw him at 15 and 16, and I wrote an article back on a blog when he was breaking through at that time, and I said he seems to play angry, like he's getting through and he's breaking through. Yeah, and then he just fucking 1 hours it, and it quite often they were going over at that time. Whereas now they're not necessarily going over, but they're getting blocked. And you're thinking, there's probably some technical work you can do there, because the getting in the position, I think, is one of the hardest things. A lot of people can't get into them positions that he gets into. He's only one shot behind Holland this year.
Yeah.
So he's getting fed.
But he creates a lot of his own chances, I think. Rashford, with a little bit of magic. But it's normally the coming inside. Should he come inside, chop back outside left foot? Do you know what I mean? Whatever.
Does he back his left
legs? Foot? No, I don't think he does. Not often you see him shoot with his left. Listen, I'm going anyway. I'm going back. I'm going back into the zoo, mate.
I'll leave it on this then. If he plays well this weekend, he could have a big say in the derby because he's a bit of kryptonite for City.
I feel like all your hopes are really on him, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Maybe Holland because he's got a little bit of that as well over the top. No. But
he's not going to win a game for you right now.
We are not. We're not favourites for this. Let's put it mildly.
I want to just before we leave, just say, told you Onana would be good. He's going to come good. I've stuck with him the whole way. I'm still sticking with him. And the fans are going to love him at some point.
Me, from Tuesday, I was like, it's got a bit quiet in here. He's still not.
He's gone missing.
Spoke in the group.
Missing.
If anyone sees Joel Bayer, that dude's a missing. Say,
right.
I'll be worried about you in the group. What's going on?
Peace from Holland, guys.
All right, see you in a bit.
Love you all.